Welcome back to another episode of the Extinction Survival Guide. We just finished building our house, and I skipped a few minutes of me just organizing things and rearranging stuff, and I went ahead and learned the engram to make a simple bed. Now, this bed is going to be really helpful because it will allow us to respawn right here in the house instead of having to run back from who knows where in this huge city. It is pretty hard to find stuff in the city. This is a nice place because it is probably the biggest building in the entire area, and so it's easy to find, and it's easy to find our bed underneath it because it's got all those waterfalls coming down and that nice ring around the swamp. But still, it'll be way easier to just respawn right here. And there's a lot of dangerous stuff around here, so we're probably going to be dying a lot as we venture out into the city some more. So we've got the bed established. And the next thing we're going to do is go gather some more supplies. So we have just some simple, simple tools and spears, but we haven't really gotten a chance to get a good food supply yet. We've been just kind of living off of berries, which is not really helpful. I'm keeping an eye out for those microraptors because there was a couple of them just kind of wandering around in the bushes back there. I'm hoping they'll just eventually leave. Usually if you leave a dinosaur alone long enough, it will eventually kind of wander off or just despawn after a long enough time. And microraptors do not have a huge aggro radius, so they won't attack you unless you get reasonably close to them, and I'm kind of banking on that to try to just stay away from those things because there's no way I can take them until I have a bow and arrow. They will stun you for like 10 seconds, which is more than long enough for them to kill me. So now I'm going out and trying to hunt some meat and get some hide. We pretty much used up all of our hide to make that bed, and I also want to get some meat, so I'll switch over to the pickaxe for a bit, and I'm going to try to get the materials I need to make a cooking fire. Now, we've been doing pretty well with those berries, but we really need to get some real meat so that we can have something to sustain us and not just barely have enough to survive. So let me give myself a little bit more stats here and see if we can get the engram for a cooking fire. I think we should be just about there. Let's see here, did I miss it? Oh, there it is. I forgot that's one of the first things that you can get. We've just been so busy running for our lives, I haven't had a chance to make one. And looks like I can actually get the mortar and pestle too. So we'll work on that in a minute. Looks like that's just an iguanodon. Freaked me out for a second. Alright, so I'm going to drag this to my hotbar so I'll be able to see what I'm missing here. And it looks like I need to get some stone. Thankfully we've got some pretty good stone supplies right over here, which is good news for us. I wonder if I can take on this thing. These things should be pretty tough, and I know they run when you attack them, but just for the heck of it, yeah, looks like it's still way too fast for us to catch. I think we're going to need a bow and arrow before we can actually do some real damage to those things, because we're just not quite fast enough. Maybe if I had some more movement speed, we'd be alright. So I think that's going to be just about enough stone to make this, and there we go. So now we have our simple campfire, and we've got a little bit of meat. So let's see if we can actually learn that mortar and pestle, because that'll be another good thing to get very soon. And looks like we've got enough points, so let's see if we can get this going. Alright. So, dragging that in, I'm going to see if I can grab the materials I need for that without getting too far away from the house, because that's another really important amenity. Now, most of you are more advanced players that are watching this, just kind of trying to get a feel for how Extinction is. But if you're a newer player, that mortar and pestle is going to allow us to make really nice things like narcotics, which will allow us to tame dinosaurs. So that's a very high priority on the list. As weird as it sounds, I don't normally go for Dilophosaurs as a pet, but I think one would actually be really helpful with our base configuration, because if we set it on turret mode, it should be able to shoot stuff across that gap. And the main strategy there is to try to keep dinosaurs from actually getting to our thatch house, but be able to just kind of shoot them across the way. So, looks like we've unlocked the ability to get the Parasaur saddle. And it'd be nice to get a Parasaur. I haven't seen any yet. And we can also do narcotics, which is great. So let me go ahead and give myself a little more points here. Perfect, we can finally make a bow and arrow. I've got a lot of really helpful things that I want to make, but I'm going to go for this bow and arrow first because that's going to be really helpful in hunting and just kind of general survival. So here we go, let's see if we can make that. That's going to be another big game changer because now we can hunt stuff at range and hopefully stay alive while we're fighting things and not just get meleeed to death. So I'm going to make a bunch of arrows along with that bow, and then I'm just dropping the arrows into the hotbar because I'm going to be just making a lot of those arrows. And let's see here, we should be just about ready with this bow. And I'm going to go ahead and drop my spear in the other slot there so I can switch between ranged and melee damage. And there we go, we finally have our nice nifty new bow. And this should actually allow us to take on those micro-raptors that have been bothering our base, too. So I'm just going to pick up sticks as I'm walking and grab some berries, too, because the narco berries will be used for narcotics, and the sticks we're going to use for arrows. So both of these things are going to be really helpful. And I'm going to head back towards my base, because we are doing okay for water, but I want to get this food cooking up as quickly as possible. And once we've got some cooked meat, we can stay out on much longer expeditions, as long as we don't go too far away from our water supply. Okay, looks reasonably safe here so far. So the only thing I'm not thrilled about with our base is even though it is right above a very good water supply, it's still really hard to get down there safely, so... But this should be, have us in a pretty good situation here. And I'm going to go ahead and make this campfire, and we'll get some meat cooking up here. Also, I want to apologize for taking a couple of days to get some more Ark Extinction episodes out. I was actually out of town on vacation, had a really great time, but just wasn't able to make any videos all weekend. So sorry about that. I'm going to try to keep these going again soon. So, to use a campfire, I'm just going to drop some wood and some meat into its inventory, and then I can light the fire. And there we go. We have our fire going, our meat is cooking, and now I'm just going to try to place this mortar and pestle somewhere it'll be out of the way. That's not a bad spot right here, but I don't want it to be too close to the storage bins. That can make it a little hard to use. So maybe I'll just stick it over here by the bed. Yeah, I think that'll work out alright. So there we go. We got our fire and mortar and pestle, and we are in pretty good shape to start this off. We also have a bed, which is really helpful. So after this, we're going to do some exploring and hunting, and things will get a little bit more interesting because we're kind of getting past the point of basic survival, and now we can go and journey out into this world. Thanks so much for watching. Please like and subscribe if you liked it, and we'll see you on the next episode. Thanks so much for watching this video from the Ark Survival Guide. If you enjoyed it or found it helpful, please like this video and subscribe to our channel so we can bring you more great guides like this one. Ark is an amazing game, but there is so much to learn before you can really enjoy it. We are dedicated to bringing you high-quality guides, tutorials, and Let's Play videos that are fun, helpful, clean, and suitable for the entire family. There's a tutorial in this series for everything we have done so far in this video. Check out these playlists for more episodes from this series and other guides to help you enjoy your journey on Ark.